Hey guys, YouTube Worm 100 here. Alright, and now here I am to make my Thanksgiving review for the year. And this year, for my Thanksgiving review, I decided that I would talk about the Rugrats Thanksgiving special, The Turkey Who Came to Dinner. This special, this was during the fourth season of the show. Yeah. And quite honestly, I haven't really watched this special that much. I mean, even like when I just like watched it now to make this review, like I really didn't really remember much of it. Yeah, I mean, I really have watched like other Rugrats specials, such as like the Christmas specials that I have already like talked about, and yeah, and even like the Halloween episode I watched a lot. But this one, I really haven't watched that much. Yeah, I really didn't really have like that big of a memory of this one going into watching it before I just sat down to make this review. Yeah, but yeah, I did give this a watch to make this review, and yeah, this was I would say this was a pretty good Rugrats Thanksgiving special. Yeah, like when I like would like think of like Rugrats on Thanksgiving, this is probably something that would really come to my mind. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this really did like just have like all of like the formulas for a Rugrats Thanksgiving special. I mean, yeah, I mean, like it really did have like a lot of elements. It had like Stu and Drew like kind of like acting like idiots with like what they're doing, and you have Lou really like acting kind of weird with like the stuff that he does, yeah, and even like with like the other adults, well, it's like they really are like kind of being like kind of ridiculous throughout the special as well, yeah. The story for this special is that like of course it's Thanksgiving and the at Stu and Dee Dee's, they are like having a Thanksgiving dinner, yeah. And throughout the day, like everybody is like preparing for Thanksgiving, yeah. And after like a Dee Dee tells like the babies the story of Thanksgiving, Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil then decide after hearing about Thanksgiving, they decide to pretty much like have their own Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then when they hear about turkey, like then they eventually discover a turkey, and then yeah, and then they try to really invite the turkey to dinner, yeah, and then then like uh, Angelica in this special, she's really trying to throw a parade, and when she does see there is a live turkey, um she tells the babies that she's gonna tell the grown-ups about it, so the turkey will be for dinner, yeah, and like the baby, she pretty much makes the babies help them with her parade, yeah. And yeah, and so it is basically there's a live turkey on the loose, and the babies are really trying to really befriend it and invite to dinner, and yeah, and yeah, and none of the adults are really paying attention to anything because they're busy with the stuff that they're doing. In this special, it's showing how Stu and Drew are setting up a satellite dishes so they can actually watch every football game going on during the day at the same time. And it shows how throughout the special they really are just invested into the football game, so not really paying attention to anything else. Yeah, yeah, and then also in the special, it shows how the other adults like Dee Dee, Betty, Charlotte, hit Howard and Minka are really cooking the food, but then when it shows how they really do have a whole bunch of like different things, and and shows how they really have like different ways on like how to really cook the turkey. Eventually, then Lou then says how he did win a turkey at a seniors center's Thanksgiving cribbage uh, cavalcade. And then like uh, he tells them that it's being delivered, but then when they learn that it'll be there late at the latest by 4, they're shocked about it, and then they really just say that they if they don't have a turkey in the oven as soon as possible, there won't be a Thanksgiving dinner that year. So then they then all rush out to the grocery store to pick up a turkey. Yeah. So yeah. So like yeah. So Dee Dee, Betty, Howard, Minka, and Charlotte are pretty much like a way to grab a turkey. Yeah. And then yeah, and it shows how when they arrive at the store, it shows there's only one turkey left, and another lady gets to it before they do. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so it really is just a whole bunch of silly stuff going on throughout the special as the babies are really just trying to get the turkey, and it shows how a live turkey does end up getting delivered to the house, and then it gets set loose, and it's pretty much running all around the backyard chasing Spike, like we do see throughout the special. Once the turkey gets loose, how Spike is being chased by the turkey all through the backyard as the babies are trying to get to it to invite the turkey to their dinner. Yeah, yeah, and like I said, when Angelica does see the turkey, she does try to tell some of the other adults about it when the plan for her parade ends up going wrong. Yeah, but when she tries to tell some of the other adults that that there is a turkey, when she tries to point it out to them, the turkey is just covered up. It shows at one point how when Angelica tries to tell Drew that there's a turkey, when he takes Drew to the backyard, it shows how the babies are hiding the turkey underneath a blanket. And then there's another point when the other adults come back, how Charlotte is it tried Angelica tries to show Charlotte the turkey as well, but the turkey is covered up in Chucky's clothes. Yeah, and it really is just a whole bunch of stuff really with the turkey being hidden like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then yeah, and it shows how throughout the special how Lou and Boris are really trying to hunt a turkey after Lou tells Boris that he had won a turkey and one was delivered, and when they noticed that there was the box of turkey came in was empty, then Lou and Boris are just searching all around the house trying to hunt the turkey down. Yeah. Yeah. And then yeah, and then eventually when Dee Dee and the others return back from the store, it shows how they have some stuff that's not really an actual turkey, but it's just turkey products, stuff some they have some stuff a a pack of some turkey franks and Hanks, and yeah, they also have some other sort of a frozen turkey dinner and just some other sort of turkey products. So they each can cook turkey their own way. Yeah, and yeah, and it shows how they all in the kitchen ends up they all place their turkey products into the microwave to cook. Yeah, then yeah, and then as the babies are still trying to um uh, like hide the turkey, they eventually decide to get help the turkey escape their yard so the adults can't see him by teaching him to fly. Yeah, but yeah, it doesn't really go right, and then as they eventually try to fling the turkey up with a teeter totter, eventually then Angelica ends up pointing the turkey out to um, Lou and Boris, and then yeah, then as Lou and Boris then eventually spot the turkey. Then as they're chasing after the turkey with a net all through the backyard, uh, eventually then um uh the turkey is continuing to be chased, but eventually then the turkey ends up being launched into the air again and ends up like landing on one of like a Stu and Drew satellite dishes, and then yeah, then the turkey falls over, or which also causes the satellite dishes to fall over, which then yeah, then like the signal was then like interrupted for like the football games that Stu and Drew were watching, and then they shut off, and then it just showed how Stu and Drew were just in horror about it. Yeah, and yeah, and then also like in the kitchen, like all the turkey products that the others put in the microwave ended up catching fire, and then like it just ended up like a busting the microwave door open, and then you just like saw like a whole bunch of goo going all over the kitchen. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and then eventually like when all the adults like run to the backyard, then it shows how the turkey was shown like emerging from underneath the satellite dishes unharmed. Yeah. Then yeah, and then eventually then like all the adults ended up like seeing the turkey. Yeah, and then yeah, then as everybody was just saying how like the turkey ruined basically everything for them. How like it ruined Stu and Drew's football games, and Angelica said it ruined her parade, and Betty says it ruined their dinner. Like 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 Drew then eventually said how dinner isn't quite ruined as they still have the turkey. Yeah. But then, yeah, then like it showed how Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil then all walked up to the turkey and showing how like they're protecting it. Yeah, and then yeah, yeah, and then yeah, then as the adults then all like noticed what the babies were doing, then like as Charlotte like said how like the turkey ruined their Thanksgiving, Dee Dee then like spoke up and said how the turkey didn't ruin Thanksgiving and all of them did. Yeah, because they spent the entire day really just arguing over what to eat and what to watch. Yeah, and then yeah, then Dee Dee like just like spoke up and reminded everybody of the true meaning of Thanksgiving, how it's not about like turkeys and football and food and parades and all that other stuff. Yeah, yeah, and Dee Dee just like reminded them how Thanksgiving is really about family and friends, and how like if the babies can really like make friends with the turkey, they can be friends with each other too. And then yeah, then it showed how everybody was just apologizing to each other. But then Boris then like said how like without a turkey they don't have anything to eat for Thanksgiving dinner. But then Tommy then like presented a box of Reptar cereal to him, and then yeah, then the adults then like saw how like the babies had a suggestion, and then as it cut to night, it then like showed how everybody was eating bowls of Reptar cereal for Thanksgiving. And yeah, and then yeah, then and like it just showed how like Stu was saying how like he never thought they'd be so thankful, and Dee Dee was saying how she was thankful that they're all together. Yeah, then yeah, and then Lil then just ended up saying how like today was excuse me, the best Thanksgiving she's ever had. And Phil was telling her how it's the only Thanksgiving that they've ever had. Yeah, yeah. And then the babies were just saying what they were thankful for, and then it just showed how Angelica was just like very just very bummed out because she was like looking forward to having turkey for dinner, and then she just looked over at the box of Reptar cereal and showed how like Spike and the turkey were also like eating food together as well, and then it just like ended showing Spike and the turkey eating together. Yeah, and that's how the episode ended. So yeah, so this really is kind of like just like shows really does have like all the elements of Rugrats with like Stu and Drew like kind of like just being very stupid and just not really paying attention, just only like being invested into like football and stuff. Yeah, and yeah. And it just shows how like the other adults really are just like really wanting to really like make the food their own ways, and yeah, man, it's really just like Lou being Lou also, and the baby's really just like doing their stuff and really just wanting to make friends with the turkey and bring it to dinner and stuff. So yeah, so it kind of really does like send the same message like some of the other Thanksgiving specials I've talked about before have had, such as like the Full House Thanksgiving special And the Winnie the Pooh Thanksgiving special, just like kind of just like showing us what the true meaning of Thanksgiving really is. So yeah, so it does get its message across, and I think it does do a pretty good job of really like getting this message across. So yeah, so I find it really hard to say that this special really is not worth watching. So yeah, and it also kind of just really like a is kind of like similar in its setup to like the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special as well, kind of like with a different sort of a Thanksgiving feast than the traditional one. Like you remember how like in the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special, how like they were having like a different sort of a Thanksgiving feast with like the cereal and stuff. Yeah, and that really was the case here with the Reptar cereal. So yeah, so oh yeah, so it kind of does have like some similar elements as some of the other Thanksgiving specials I've talked about before. I've had too. So yeah, so yeah, so I really find it hard to really say that this special really isn't worth checking out. So yeah, so if you're a Rugrats fan and if you do want to see a Thanksgiving special, this is definitely a good one to check out. All right. So yeah. So I guess this is the best way I can put it. All right. So yeah. So I guess that's all I really have to say about it. All right. So yeah. So this is it for my review of the Rugrats Thanksgiving special, The Turkey Who Came to Dinner. All right. So I hope you guys did enjoy my Thanksgiving review for this year. So yeah, and a happy Thanksgiving to everybody tomorrow. If you, for those of you that are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow, everybody here in the U.S. Yeah. So yeah. So hope everybody does have a happy Thanksgiving here in the U.S. tomorrow. Yeah. All right. Yeah, and like I said, like I'll also be making a a retro Survivor Series review, as well with Survivor Series being this Saturday. I'll probably make the Survivor Series review. Yeah, it'll either be tomorrow or Friday. So yeah, so stay tuned for the retro Survivor Series review coming up next. All right, but yeah, but I hope you guys did enjoy my Thanksgiving review. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.